What's the best room acoustics and microphone placement when recording acoustic drums? I'm going to show you a method that I personally really like because I think it gives a really cool analog feeling to the sound. So basically, if you have a room here, quite a big one in this case, and we have our drum kit, and let's say we place it on this side of the room. So here's some tom-toms and some cymbals, and we have a drummer here that is working that drum kit. Okay, that's the room layout. Now, usually I put close microphones on kick drums, snare drums, tom-toms, and a pair of overheads. So that's nothing extraordinary there. But what I like to do then is that I introduce absorption close to the drum kit. So the surfaces here are sound absorbers, and the purpose is to get rid of early reflections. So when you hit the snare, for instance, it's going to go and bounce in the wall, and the microphone is going to pick up a reflection there. So I want to get rid of as much as possible of those sounds. So now all the early reflections will be absorbed in the walls close to the drum kit. And of course, you have to have the same principle in the ceiling as well. But let's first look at it from the horizontal plane. And what I then like to do is that in the the other part of the room, here I would like to have hard surfaces, but they should not be like this plain parallel, because what's going to happen here is you're going to get really nasty flutter echoes that goes back and forth because these surfaces are parallel. So preferably if you could add diffusion here, irregularities. Well, we actually did a couple of years ago when we recorded. We went to the local place where you buy building stuff, wood and plates and tools and stuff like that. And we bought a bunch of chipboards, and we put them up like in this sketch, all around the outer the other side of the room to create a room which had no parallel surfaces whatsoever. And in that case we had an absorptive ceiling as well, so we didn't have the you must always remember to avoid flutter echoes. You not only have to treat the walls like this, but don't forget that you need the ceiling as well, because you don't want to have sound that is bouncing back and forth. If you have two hard surfaces, that's what you're gonna get. You can just consider if you had a room with mirrors on all sides, and you go into that room, and you know what happens. If you have two parallel mirrors, you're just gonna go bam to infinity, and that same thing's gonna happen with sound. It's just gonna bounce back and forth like so. Now with oh sorry, my phone's ringing here. I just have to cancel it. When you have this setup now, you will have direct sound here, and you will have a lot of reflections going on out here. Now, if we just leave the close miking details and that stuff, because that's another lesson on itself, but to create this really nice analog physical reverb, what you can do then is you take two room microphones, which are cardioid patterns, and then I place them. Let's say you do an A-B placement of the mics, and here's the cool thing. You point them away from the drum kit so that the cardioid pattern looks like this. Because what then happens is that you will have the zero line of the microphone where it doesn't pick up any sound. That's the direct sound that comes from the drum kit will not be recorded by this microphone because it's facing the other way. So you will only pick up reflections with these mics, only reflected sound. And then if you have two of them like this in an A-B configuration, this is your reverb. You can use this, if the room is big enough, of course, you can use this as an analog reverb. And that can give you a really fat, cool sound. And I really like this. I'm a bit old school when it comes to this recording stuff. I like to keep it old school. I don't like to trigger the drums. I want to have the acoustic sound. And even better, if the room permits it, I really like to do the reverb as well, analog, in this way. So that's my thoughts on drum recordings. If you have some other tips on drum recordings, so please let me know in the comments, because it's a really fun topic, and yeah, this is also of course a matter of artistic taste and what you want to achieve, but I mostly work with metal music, and in that genre I think this works great, this kind of setup. So in today's video I'm wearing my favorite turtleneck merino wool, and then I pair it with a jacket with a pocket square and stuff. So this is also a way, if you don't have a shirt, you can also use a turtleneck and combine it with a jacket to get a pretty casual but also formal look at the same time. See ya!